Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ça passait. Yeah, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the music scene in Haiti, particularly in Liego.
Okay, like Haitian people, they're really musical. They have music in the vein.
Right.
They have music in the body. They have music in everything they're doing, even the way they speak.
Right.
But the problem is to produce music, you have to go to Port-au-Prince because everything is centered in Port-au-Prince, which is the capital. Like the best recording studios, they are there, like radio stations that broadcast all over the country, they are in Port-au-Prince. So if you want to make it in the music scene, you have to go in Port-au-Prince, which is kind of a shame because if you came from all the way from Cap Haitian, which is really far, you should be able to get like studio and radio station and the right contacts in Cap Haitian to make it work. It's the same if you're from Leogan, it should be that way too.
What inspired you to create Messiah Brown? It's Essa Brown. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Essa Brown.
For some of the reason that I gave you, because I wanted people in Leogan to be able to have a good recording studio, like a good staff, management staff to help them, to get successful in the music. And so they don't have to go all the way to Port-au-Prince. And the problem is there's so many groups in Port-au-Prince. There's kind of a discrimination, like you are from the countryside, you cannot make it in the capital. So I said that this need to be changed, so let's do something in Leogan with Leogan people for Leogan people.
How have the locals responded to your call for musicians?
Everybody is really, really excited about it, but things take time to have a really good project, like really good mix, like good lyrics, good artists. It's really difficult to find. So it's taking some time, but everybody is really excited about it.
All right. So what are some of the biggest challenges that Issa Brown faces at this point?
At this point, it's like people don't really know, the projection. So what we're trying to do now is to release a song to make everybody knows us, and then we can like compete with like other artists from Port-au-Prince and other places.
How long has it been going on? The studio, how long has it been?
Since June 2010.
Okay.
Several months after the earthquake.
Okay, wow. So you started
Yeah,
directly after the earthquake.
right after everybody was mentally die, I say like we need to do something to wake them up, so.
I understand that Liagon was the epicenter.
Yes, exactly.
Of the earthquake.
Yeah. Yes, and it's also the name of my first compilation, Leogan Epicent. Epicent is epicenter in Creole.
All right, awesome. So what do you feel are some common misconceptions of Haiti by the Western world?
They try to make you believe that Haiti is the most violent place in the Caribbean, which is not true. There's like thief everywhere. There's like people who kill people all over the globe. So they're trying to say Haiti, it's not a good place to go. That's why they kill our tourism, And remember back in the days, in the 80s, they said like AIDS came from Haiti. So that too killed like Haitian tourism, So I think like the media, they give us a really bad image. Like there's like really nice places like Port Salut in the south, Cap Haitian in the north. Those are really nice places.
Right.
But the media, all they're showing is the slums in Port-au-Prince, like Cité Soleil, those kind of places.
Right.
Maybe they'll try, I don't know, maybe it's due to like 1804, the Independence Day, because we gave the French people a big lesson. At that time, they were like the first power of the world, and we chased them out of the country. So maybe that's the way to tell us you are not ready to have your independency, so now you're gonna suffer, because of that.
So it's punishment, you
yeah,
feel?
yes, I think it is,
Okay.
And I think too they're scared for us not to have other people like African people, like Black American people to imitate what we did,
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. I think they're really worried. That's why, they try to keep us poor, like, financially, mentally, like we have a really bad education system. So I think all that is because they're scared, because we did it one time and we can do it again if we want to. But we got to get all together in order to do it, I think they divide it up and so they can, control us better,
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. That's beautiful. So going forward in the future, what do you see as a totality of your your vision? Like, how do you see things going for Asa Brown?
I think like we can't only do music because music won't change things. It will change a lot of things, but I think like we got to be really careful the type of music, the type of message we are sending to the people, you know.
Okay.
We can't be all blank blank because Haiti is not a blank blank country, you know.
Right.
So let's talk about like the problem. I know people want to hear joy, but we can blind ourselves, you know. We can lie to ourselves. The thing is, I can talk about like a nice car. I can talk about like a lot of money because I don't have money. You know, I can talk a lot about like women because there's too much problem, you know. Right. If I want to talk about woman, it would be like my mother, my sister, you know, trying to be good, not like woman who's coming, making striptease, things like that, you know. So I think we got to be really careful with the message that we're sending. And also education is the key. So with music, if we can educate people to know who they are, maybe that can change a little, you know. Because it's going to take a long time for Haiti to change, you know, but everybody has to put a little something.
What are your feelings on that?
Yeah.